YouTube, what the Dark Elves crap is going on? Okay, fine, I agree to your cookies. Yeah, HeirofCarthage here. They revealed the Dark Elf trailer, and they had this live stream that you can watch. I'll try and link to this as well. You should go watch this. It's about 40 minutes long. I can't cover it all, and I didn't get a chance to like watch it and take notes on every little thing that I would have wanted to. But they give you quite a lot of detail about the units in this roster reveal, which is pretty useful. I'm not going to be able to share all that detail with you in this video, like I said, because I haven't had a chance to review it all and write notes, but I'll tell you what I can remember, and it should be pretty fun. So it says, and we'll just read through some of the info they have here. The Dark Elves are voracious raiders who ply their bloody trade across the length and breadth of the world. They take whatever they want and will gladly risk their lives for the promise of glory, power, and riches. All elves are taller than humans and of a slender but strong build. They are long-limbed, graceful, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, the Dark Elves are basically the much less moral and let's just say evil version of their Wood Elf cousins. And, you know, branches off of the High Elves, I'm guessing. I'm not saying all this is lore friendly. I'm just saying for the sake of those who don't know a ton about Warhammer, evil elves. There you go. What are people calling them? Emo elves or edgy elves, I think is what people are calling them. Yeah, so they're elves who are kind of on the edge there. So in terms of legendary lords, you get Malekith. It says Malekith is the son of Morathi. He grew up a mighty warrior and a great sorcerer, brilliant general, but was shunned by his folk. So again, Malekith will be, he's a caster legendary lord. He's got a mount that says Cold One with a chariot, and Seraphon, which is a black dragon. That's going to be freaking awesome. And then we got Morathi, which I believe is his mother, is it not? It says, after the Witch King himself, Morathi is the single most powerful Dark Elf. Yeah, is the son of Morathi. So yeah, that's going to be Malekith's... Is Morathi? Hang on. After the Witch King himself, Morathi is the single most... She met Malekith's father. Yeah, okay, yeah, so Morathi is his mother. Okay, that's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure I get it right. Anyway, so Morathi has a dark Pegasus that she can mount, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we have a Missile Lord that's available called a Dreadlord with the mounts of a Dark Steed, Cold One, Pegasus, or Black Dragon. Dreadlord female with the same. And then these assassins, go watch the video. I wish I could give you all the details on these guys. I actually missed the part about the heroes. So you have a missile hero, which is this assassin, a melee hero, which is the hag, and the caster hero. So go check this out. Should be really cool for you to go listen in the video. Again, I don't know exactly what times. I'm going to go re-listen to it myself. I'll tell you what I caught, though, as the general rule of how the Dark Elves are going to feel. They're going to have abilities that basically, like, so they're, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, Cain, hang on, what's his name? Naggaroth. I'm trying to see, one of their gods, I can't remember the name of one of their gods or whatever it is. The guy is like, it's like the god of like murder or bloodshed, whatever it is that these guys worship. Basically gives them power in situations where they're doing a whole bunch of killing. So like sometimes when they made it sound like when the Dark Elves get outnumbered, there's certain units that they have that are going to receive stat buffs and stuff as they kill enemies and make them stronger and stronger. And there was some of them that had interesting forms of poison. Like they would be able to poison your units when they get into melee, and they also have ranged attacks, like these repeating crossbow attacks. So there was going to be these crossover units, kind of like rangers with great weapons and free company militia, but they were going to be really good in melee, and the kind of unit that you would want to kill with ranged units, because if they get into melee with you, you're going to regret it. So it sounds like they're going to have all kinds of interesting infantry, both armor piercing and otherwise, and like the close quarters infantry as well. So we'll run through some of these. They have these the Witch Elves were going to be crazy. It sounded like the Witch Elves, and if I caught this wrong, make sure and tell me, but the Witch Elves were basically going to be able to have some kind of poison that keeps casters from being able to cast if they're getting attacked by them. Wasn't that right? It was some kind of poison. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I caught that in the announcement, which was crazy. But let's look at the rest of this. So in terms of sword infantry, there's bleak, this is their whole roster we'll go through. So there's bleak swords, which are sword infantry, dread spears, dark shards are missile infantry, and then dark shards with shields. I think it was the dark shards. No, it's these guys down here. Well, dark raiders with shields. Some of these units had repeating crossbows, which we didn't get a whole lot of fill in, but it sounded like they were an armor piercing crossbow, maybe with limited range. but I'm not exactly sure. I need to go back and listen to that, but repeating crossbows was definitely something I cost, and you can actually see that here. Black Arc Corsairs, so you're going to get some of these Corsair units as the Dark Elves are kind of raiders, pirates, whatever you want to call it. Then hand bows, which they kind of mentioned this hybrid infantry. This is one of the ones that sounded like it was a support unit, kind of like Free Company Militia, where you get in close and they do massive damage up close with their missiles and then are decent in melee afterwards. Harganeth Executioners is a great sword infantry, so an armor-piercing infantry. Same thing with halberds, anti-large, armor-piercing Blackguard of Naggaroth. Shades is a hybrid infantry. So again, these are going to be units that you get in close, do some missile damage, and you can also do in melee, which is pretty interesting. So you got Shades with dual swords, and Shades with great weapons. I believe the dual swords had some kind of interesting ability or poison or something that made them pretty good in melee, and then the great weapons were meant more for an armor-piercing variety of them. So these were going to be interesting. The Shades really had some potential. Dark Riders, which were explained as a light cavalry. Same thing with the ones with shields. And then, but they were supposed to be on like mistreated, underfed horses or something. Like, it's kind of interesting. Like the steeds, the Dark Elves are just mean all around. So that's kind of what it sounds like. Cold One, I'm not exactly, I don't remember exactly what Cold Ones are. I mean, is this, I've heard them say that with Lizardmen. Is it the same thing? Like some kind of lizard or dinosaur thing? Because I didn't quite catch that. So feed me what you think there. In fact, I could look it up. Dark Elves. Cold One, let's say. Yeah, you can see that all of our stuff here, Twitter, computer parts, and then my wife over here looking for clothes and stuff. Yeah, anyway, let's go look at this. So, Dark Elves, Cold Ones. Let's see what we get on the search here, and it might give me an idea. Images. Yeah, it looks like some kind of dinosaur thing that they write on, so that's cool. I thought that's where I'd heard that from, but looks like maybe a monstrous cavalry unit or a more heavy cavalry unit. So that could be pretty cool. I like that. And then they have a Reaper bolt thrower, sorry. They have a chariot too. Chariots dragged by Cold Ones. And so with all of the armor-piercing infantry and missiles and then chariots, I kind of wonder if the Dark Elves are going to be a nightmare for the dwarves. And then I also have to wonder if the Dark Elves are going to be really good against the vampires, since they have so many units that can poison and cause problems in melee, and the vampires have no missile units. So it definitely makes me wonder how those are going to play out. They have harpies, kind of like the beastmen. Now this War Hydra was freaking amazing sounding. Let's say Dark Elves War Hydra. Let's look at that. Yeah, so this Hydra, oh my goodness. They said the Hydra was going to have, double regeneration. So it's going to regenerate like crazy to kind of indicate, like from the lore, when you'd cut off one of the heads, it had a chance of growing back. And then they said that all the heads can breathe fire. So this thing is going to be absolutely absurd fun. So yeah, fire breathing, and you could see this one in the trailer too when they talked about it, so that was pretty cool. And then the Black Dragon, let's check out the Black Dragon. I think that was in the trailer as well. And remember, this is a mount for some of the lords too, but it's going to be available by itself. That's freaking sweet. Not gonna lie, that is looking awesome. How cool is that? Yeah, so we got the Black Dragon, so that's gonna be another one. Let's actually go back over here and we can look up some of these other units real quick too. Witch Elves. Let's look that up. Dark Elves. Witch Elves. Let's see what they look like. Looking like some scantily clad, angry witches there, so that's going to be cool. Like I said, these ones had kind of like that interesting support role that they kind of poisoned things and had some other abilities that were really interesting. I didn't catch all the abilities. Again, go watch the Facebook, the reveal. It's totally worth your time. I was wondering if there's any of these others I wanted to take a look at. You all got to see Malekith, I think, in the, let's see, Hybrid Infantry, Black Arc Corsair with hand bows. Let's see what those look like. Dark Elves hand bows. Let's just see what it pulls up. Maybe this guy is the Corsairs. I don't know. Yeah, Black Arc Corsairs. So that's kind of a cool looking unit there too. These guys are gonna look awesome. I'm totally looking forward to the Dark Elves. They seem like a unique faction. It's gonna be built all around like rage and indulgence and and all kinds of immorality, and just like, it's just kind of an interesting faction. I think that they're almost, in some ways, kind of reminding me like the vampires in Warhammer 1, in the sense that they're just like the evil blight, and I kind of wonder how these guys are going to play out. I'm super excited. What do you all think? Are you excited? Man, I'm excited. I wonder what the Death Hag looks like. Let's look at that too. I could sit here and look at this stuff for a while. It's pretty cool. Death Hag. Yep, she looks pretty nice. Yeah, she's looking a little bit angry. Maybe just a bit angry, huh? So there you go, there's the Death Hag. Anyway, if y'all want to learn more, definitely suggest you go watch this video. They really tell you quite a bit about the unit abilities and kind of what to expect from these units. It's honestly pretty revealing. I was surprised how much they tell us. I'm pumped. Tell me what you think in the comments. You hyped for Dark Elves, or are you more excited for the other factions? At this point, they've announced High Elves, Lizardmen, and Dark Elves. Are they ever going to come around to Skaven? Seriously though, come on, let's get some Skaven going. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now. See you soon.